Good morning, everybody. It's 7 a.m. It's a little bit cold because yesterday we had the rain the whole day. It was very windy outside. So the reason why I'm here, which is in front of my house, is because I'm going to take up running. You have to know that I hate running, and I don't remember when was the last time I did that. I think maybe 5 years ago. But the reason for this, why I'd like to at least try, is because first of all, you know that I do the gardening, I do lots of physical work, and at times, especially when it demands lots of stamina, I feel a bit unfit for the job. And that's one of the reasons why I'd like to take up running. The second reason is, of course, the weight, which I like to lose a bit, but I'm not complaining about that. And the third reason is because of you, because you are going to be my control system. Because I know that every morning when I wake up, I need to do this because you are expecting me to do this. That's something that I learned at the stage of my life. That way, when something that I don't like doing, I will do that because I need to report to someone. That's the dog who doesn't know what I'm doing and what language I'm speaking. He's going to be my partner today. The road that I'm going to take, the path, that's going to be in there. You know that we are living in the very end of the road. That's the last house. Our house is the last house. And that road leads to the fields. You may see that there are a lot of tractors going that way. And it's not the road that I like because I'm a little bit afraid of of the wild animals. But dogs may pose some kind of danger too. But today I think I'm going to check what I have there. It's muddy and I don't know if I can run. In any case, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go there and you're going to stay with me. Well, the road is definitely not perfect for running. Right now the tractor passed by and it got even worse. Actually, I'd like to start with 10 minutes a day, which is not a lot, I know, but as you know, I'm not really good at running. So slippery, guys, you can't imagine. I think I'm going to walk right now and then I'll continue running over there. So here, the small woodland actually ends, and as I said there, we have the fields. Usually they plant corn, wheat, rapeseed there. Oh, it's so windy. Here is the corn. I think it's going to be running challenges along the way, which I think reduces my time from 10 minutes to 5. In any case, see you when I'm done because it's pretty hard, running and filming. Well, it was pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie, but I kept my promise and I ran for 10 minutes and I returned back and I feel my body is burning, and I think that amount of running was enough for me as a beginner, because I was afraid that for most of the time I was just jogging and not running fast. But it seems like I'm starting from the very basic level in running. I didn't run long distance, but I'm here because I'd like to show what we did yesterday when it was raining. Actually, we were waiting for the rain for 2 weeks in order to do that. You know that I fell in love with this tree that's called Summa, if I pronounce it correctly. And that's actually the result of 3 years. Can you believe that? It was so tiny and it's pretty big and I love it. And I think it's going to be superb when it's going to bloom. But we planted 3 more, kind of like forming a row and protecting our, our area a little bit from the wind, as well as from like picky eyes of those who love looking what we've got there. So that is like the small one, and those are bigger. I think that they're not going to feel pretty well, but they need still a bit of time to adapt. I'm going to start my day. I started it, I woke up and I ran, and I feel pretty energized. That's actually the feeling that I love. But today I've got some things to do before the rain starts, because the weather forecast says there's going to be again very windy and rainy. The well is actually the only source of drinking water for us, but we don't have anything else. And also we take this water for watering the plants, especially during the drought. And we never experienced the situation when the well dried out. The water rose after the rain, which is a very hopeful thing, because I was reaching the very bottom of the well when I was gathering the water for plants. That's actually what I was talking about, meaning physical work. Even taking out the bucket is pretty hard, especially doing it several times during the day. You need a lot of stamina for even your basic needs, like collecting the water in order to drink. And the weather, as you can see, is pretty marvelous. It's so grey, which, if you could tell me about this a couple of days ago, I would not believe you. That is going to be so grey and gloomy. And now what I'm going to do is actually prepare the grill for breakfast. Don't get me wrong, we do have electricity here, but after the gale we started experiencing some problems with it. It means that we can't use an electric stove that we have here. We don't have a gas stove, we have an electric one. That's why for the past week we're using the grill. For cooking we have this, I don't know how to call it, but it's from the times when my grandmother was alive, and it helps us a lot. And the taste of food is definitely divine. But the worst part is that we also, if we want to drink tea or coffee, we need to warm up the water here too. Usually for breakfast we prefer eating cheesecakes. In Russian they're called syrniki. But today we have the leftovers of different vegetables that we can put inside a roll, and we are grilling a roll. It's mostly called frying, but in any case, that's the best experience ever. Grilling something or frying something when it's raining. I think that's some sort of experience. When we learned that the most part of our food is going to be cooked this way, you definitely all the time you need to light the fire, and there's a lot of hustle and bustle around all of it. We kind of even thought that it would be impossible for us to live here because that's, especially when you're used to an electric stove, which you can turn on with the help of a button. Yeah, so first of all, we were a little bit disappointed, but then we loved the whole procedure of doing this. I think that the smoke is teasing me. Yeah, we love the whole procedure, and I think that that's going to be one of the best memories for me from this summer. Moreover, you have to know that I'm not only like living here and like, you know, doing the gardening, but also I'm a teacher, so it means that I have classes. And today I also have a bit of work to do, so that's something I'm going to do apart from gardening and everything else. So I have online classes, as well as I teach phonetics, and that's also like takes and occupies a good portion of my time during the day. 2 hours passed and it's sunny, but it's very windy. I was working and my mom was doing an important thing. Here we have the row of grapes, so that is like just one plant here. Unfortunately, this year we don't have many of them because of hard frosts in May. So we have like basically this one is a sweet variety, very sweet variety that we need to cover for winter. Oh, that's a pretty one. Then there we have the second grape. We still like didn't build a support system because it was small. Then the third, which is so huge. Then the fourth, and back there we have blackberry. Before that it was just like, you know, not organized, not pretty looking, but my mom organized it into 3 separate beds. Here we're going to plant the grape, which is right now in our front yard. That is the blackberry I bought this year, and that is the variety I planted last year. And look at that, I don't know, it's more than 2 meters high. It's easier to, like, you know, walk here and water the plants. And like, check this. It's insane. It's like a tree. Come on, it's not even a bush. And we still have some berries that we're going to try later on. It did not provide us with lots of berries this year, but I'm pretty excited about what's going to be next year. And the worst part about this variety is that you have to cover it for winter. Our winters are still not nice. So basically you have to cover the entire row of this incredible climbers. It's one of the quietest evenings for sure, and the evenings in the countryside are really quiet. Sometimes I'm a bit scared of how quiet they are, basically like paying attention to every strange sound, because you're used to only like to the sound of wind or to the sound of birds, and if something like strange happening, you are cautious about everything. So today was not an easy day, and for the most part I was doing all the mental work with my main job, and that's why it's so hard after a period of rest from the job to return back. But I managed to do something today in the garden, which I'm happy about. I can't even tell you what is going on with the pumpkin. You have to definitely see this. I don't know, it went out of control. I can do nothing. It even went there, like going on the tree. I think it's going to climb up the apple tree. Oh my god, what a sight. closer to the night and to the sunset, we have these baby storks visiting us. They usually sit here, and they're sleeping here too. Tonight there's only one of them, and I hope that I won't scare it away, but I just love how they become part of our life and part of our summer. It's a little bit like cautious, so I'm not going to get closer. And look at the sky. I think the best part of the day, apart from the sunrise, is the sunset. Just so gorgeous. Good night, y'all. See you tomorrow.